that there are huge expectations on his side this year.
We've got a lot of desire amongst the camp. We want to do well. And I think that's where a lot of the pressure's coming for us. We're not feeling any pressure from the outside. It's basically the pressure we put on each other.
They were 6th last year. Many experts are tipping them to be in the top 4 at the end of the regular season based on their good pre-season form and the fact that Auckland won New Zealand's National Provincial Championship last year. The Waratahs, as I mentioned, unbeaten at home in the regular season in 2002. A new look team with 4 debutants in the starting side, another 4 on the bench. They had a win over the Chiefs and a narrow loss to the Crusaders in pre-season trials. Forget about trial form, this is the big one for them. Welcome back to Aussie Stadium, to the place they call our house for the Waratahs from New South Wales.
Well, so much expectation from that back line, but I'm telling you, the guys to watch tonight are Dunning, Fryer and Noriega. Those guys really have to be strong up front, always strong as the Auckland scrum, so the Waratahs really have to muscle up there. Patricio Noriega, the oldest man on the field at age 31, whereas for the Auckland Blues, the oldest man, 28. So big expectations on these guys. The back row especially, War, Lyons, Hassanane. If they have a good game, they can win this.
Well, Matthew Burke, the captain, received some big raps from his coach today. Bob Dwyer saying he's one of the great captains that he's had to work with. And 98th state cap for New South Wales, the most cap. And of course 68 test caps as well for Burke, 833 test points. He's closing the gap on Michael Liner as the highest test point scorer in Australian rugby history. Over 800 points in Super 12, second to Andrew Mertens. The referee from South Africa is Jonathan Kaplan. His television match official, or the video referee, is Greg Hinton. The touch judges, Mark Lawrence from South Africa and Scott Young from Australia. No kicking tees, remember, in 2003. Super 12 underway in Australia. World Cup year. What a year we're going to have. And it's the first touch for the Blues inside their own 22. Back to IE, quickly onto the left foot. And finding touch into the safety over on the far side.
Yeah, for anyone who has missed it, Carlos Spencer ruled out with a knee injury he incurred before they flew over to Sydney. Irene IE, very
just stay on your line, please. Stay on your line.
Come down.
Stay on your line.
Watch him inside traffic. Give us that stepper.
Get in, please.
And a Fryer on debut for the Waratahs, played 6 Super 12 matches for the ACT, and they've won the line out. The crowd roars. It wasn't the best part of their play last year. Through the hands to Burke, and he drops it onto the right foot. Chases on, and they're going to have to ground it back there. Howlett.
Not a bad tactic there from Matt Burke to get them turning around.
Pinks.
They were coming up quickly. He popped it
behind
over,
him.
so they are alert now. The Auckland, the Blues defence.
There's the restart. Trapped back there by Duncan McRae. He nudges it back down into the 22 and into touch, only about 3 metres out from the corner flag. Well, Duncan McRae.
The feedback from Duncan McRae and the trials has been fantastic. They were down 20-something points against the Crusaders a week or so ago. McRae came on and turned the game and ended up 41-40 loss on the bell. But he is a fine player.
Mialamu, he goes long and finds the target. Xavier Rush. Devine, back it goes to IE. He's under a bit of pressure, managed to get the kick away. So another line out. About 30 metres out from the Blues line. Ben Humphries there, the 2002 Australian Super 12 Rookie of the Year.
Not an easy one for Fryer with the wet ball, Kernsey. Did that first one hit the mark?
Well, I'm not sure, unless it was a special move.
Yeah, just stay 10 on the touch, Judge.
Soon the jumpers didn't quite get up, but it is tough conditions out there tonight. Howling gale, wet ball.
Well, it's been won there by the Blues. It was sloppy though for Devine. He couldn't do much about that one. Just nudged it into
take the line.
Touch.
Muddy, you said in the pre-game comments how strong their line out is.
I watched them against the Reds in the trial, Kernsey. This Ali Williams and Troy Flavel, very good.
Could you just ensure that these guys are in the line out and not outside?
Fryer. Oh, that wasn't straight.
That certainly didn't hit the mark.
Ball not in straight.
There's a wind blowing here tonight, but I didn't
There's your
think it was
mark.
that strong.
Square on. Square on. Crouch and hold. Engage!
Scrum on the Blues, 22.
Right there, flank.
Divine. I.E. turning it back on the inside. It's a good strong run. Sam Tuitupou, one of the Waratahs, is lying flat out back on the 22. It's Chris Whittaker back there. Took a solid knock. He looks very groggy indeed.
You have a look where he copped it, right in the mush, yeah, just on the left-hand side of the jaw. He was out before he hit the ground. Very powerful run at Tuitupou.
Yeah, I think top of the shoulder straight into the jaw.
Come right, thanks.
60 caps for New South Wales, Chris Whittaker.
Kenzie, would they be asking what year it is? Well, it could still be 2002. The line-out problems go on for the Waratahs.
It hasn't been a great start.
We're going.
Definitely need wits out there, that's for sure.
Such a key player.
They're going to move on, though.
He's on his feet, so we'll keep an eye on Chris Whittaker. And they've won it.
Get on, get on!
Bowman it was. So good field position here for the Waratahs, and they drive it up over the 22.
Great leg drive too.
He's okay.
How powerful is Phil Waugh there with the ball?
Hold there!
Whittaker goes in looking for it. McRae, Gray, Tuqiri, first touch in Super 12.
Hold there, hold! Hold, last line, last line.
Kick and drive from Phil Waugh. They go to the left, and it's McRae. Rogers can't find a way through. Still going to that short side. Humphreys. Hassanane went in with the clean out. Gray, short ball. Waugh. And they have conceded the penalty. Holding on.
To try and prevent possession.
Well, that's not bad momentum
Felt badly
from the Waratahs. Auckland defended very well. We saw the Murdo doing a bit of defensive work in the warm-up. Quite an innovative play of defence.
Hopefully we get a chance to have a look at that. We'll talk about it as the game unfolds. But, mate, that was the 7th phase. The Waratahs are on there and just simply isolated. The referee's going to be very strict to try to get quicker ball out of the breakdowns.
The Blues have weathered the onslaught early on. Now they're inside Waratahs territory. Line out on the 10-metre mark. 0-0. Good take by Rush. He just hands it off to Flavel. Big strong run from the lock forward.
That's fine.
Divine. IE. Calling this time Muliana into the play. And it's been knocked down by a Waratah. He's playing advantage here for the Blues. It will be a penalty.
Knock on. Man ahead of him. Oh. That's man.
Well, it was a knock on, and
Knock on, number 11 ahead of the guy that knocks it on. Play
touched
the ball.
the Waratah in front of him.
Advantage.
They will have a shot for 3 points.
Well, if he kicks this, it'll be demoralising for the Waratahs. Here's that nice little break by Tuitupou.
Muliaina.
The simple fact is Ryan McGoldrick, it came off him first. It went ahead there to Phil Waugh and Matt Burke, and then McGoldrick hadn't gotten off the ground and he was offside.
Morini IE in for Carlos Spencer. Can he put the first points on the board? It's there. Great start.
Yeah, it's demoralising for the Waratahs. They spent all that time in Auckland territory. Auckland get up there once. The Blues get up there once.
3-0, the Blues over the Waratahs. watched this as earlier on, and Matt Dunning, something happened here. Case Muse there, and just a nudge to the side of the head.
Just a nudge, yeah.
Well, nudge in big men speak, I think.
It was Tony Woodcock, so loose head on loose head, Kernsey, sorting a few things out.
They were just saying hello to each other.
Yes, clearing the ear.
Ruck.
Here's IE again. Into touch. Irini IE, of course, had last season with the Crusaders, but unable to break into their starting 15. Had spent 2 or 3 years with the Blues prior to that. Adam Fryer finds the target.
Didn't look straight, and
Again,
wasn't.
it's not straight.
Just come in a little bit. Thank you. No locks, no locks. Crouch and hold. Crouch and hold. Engage. Keep it up, yet 3.
Noriega on Woodcock on this side of the scrum.
7.
Devine and IE, they came up quickly on him, but he was able to step McRae. But then there was nowhere for him to go.
Chris Whittaker, great work.
Now Fryer and Lyons, slight fumble, just manages to hold on. 10-metre mark, Blues territory. McRae dropping it in behind, and Howlett inside his own 22. Now it's Rogers, and across it goes. That was forward. Throw it across to McRae.
Gee, some nice rugby all around there. It's a good kick by McRae. Good return from Howlett. This is only just forward. Did well to squeeze that pass out.
It's only, yeah, the first action, the hands, the ball must be backwards.
That's just fine.
But geez, I think it would have given that a forward pass. Nice scrum from the Waratahs. Good pressure from that scrum.
IE just managed to hold on there under all sorts of pressure. Devine putting it in behind McGoldrick. Cross now to Rogers. Running into the traffic. Fryer.
We're caught, squeeze ball, he's on his feet. We're caught in the squeeze ball position, let's go through.
Just a quick explanation, you'll notice that is regarded as, it's called a squeeze ball, and it's not allowed this season. They've changed the rules slightly. See that what it does is delays the ball going out, but also protects it from the defenders. You'll see that has been outlawed. It's a natural reflex.
I think it's okay to do it when there's no opposition around.
Well, yes, but not if somebody's actually trying to, what would you say, compete for the ball.
You know, the players have been, well, trained on doing that for the last 3 or 4 years, so it is second nature for them.
1st of January, no more.
Well, this is a great position for the Blues, and down the short side they go. Real pressure on the Waratahs defence now. It was sloppy ball, and so they can't go anywhere at the moment. Devine smothered there, 5 metres out. The Blues lead 3-0. There it is. Flavel running off the fly half. Again, 5 metres out.
Problems out in the left for the Waratahs.
IE, oh, great ball on the inside, and there's the first try of the match. It was Joe Rokocoko, the Fijian flyer, but he didn't have to do much there. Great work, Irini IE. The inside pass, and the first try goes to the Blues. It was a beauty.
Well, he did have to do lots, Parky. He had to call for it and make IE aware that he was there. Have a look at some of this phase work. Mialamu down the wing. Such a powerful run. They almost turned it over here. The simple fact with the Waratahs battled so hard, it did come out. And we said there was lots of room out wide. Rokocoko called IE, and just out the back door, it was easy stuff from there.
Oh, wasn't that a brilliant set of hands there just to pop that up on the inside from IE as he converts that.
Rokocoko, I think 19 years of age still, the youngest player in the Blues squad.
Still hasn't played NPC.
It's an incredible story.
But
And they say he's faster than Dow on the other wing.
And can someone out there please look after Chris Whittaker? He has made that many tackles tonight already and been hammered. He saved that try. I think he was the man that brought down Mialamu over the far side.
He's looking a bit worse for wear in terms of his nose, his head, and he's also stumbling around, doing it rough, and it's only been going 10 minutes.
So a real shake-up for the Waratahs and the home fans here who've weathered the storm.
Leave it, blue!
They'll be full of confidence now. And IE directing some traffic. 12 is Tuitupou.
Run away!
IE again. Molly Aina. And the 6 is Justin Collins. But they've turned it over. And it's there for the Waratahs. Dunning. Oh, big defence. He was driven back by Braid and also Rush. McRae. Oh! Trouble here. The race is on. Burke called upon to pull out the big ones.
Oh, who has won it? Muliaina was there.
But Burke saved the day. I think the rule is that he carried it across.
5-metre scrum.
He carried it across the try line.
Well, the Waratahs backline is so flat that they can't run onto the ball. And behind Nathan Gray.
Nathan Gray had it balanced on his shoulder like a parrot and it came down. Oh, Matt Burke, that's magnificent stuff.
You can take him, there's blood. 100%, you can take him.
There's Whittaker down again. He is struggling and that nose
blood.
is still bleeding.
Blood.
So to the blood bin. So we'll give the doctor, the medical staff, some time to try and sort him out. So that means that
Don't worry.
Paul Sheedy will come on to make his debut for the Waratahs.
Well, he's slow getting on. He's not on the field yet and they're ready to pack the scrum. He's still taking the trackies off.
That's fine. There. Crouch and hold.
10-0, the Blues. Well, Peter Sloan, the coach, won't be happy with that.
Underneath his feet. Come off. Go back 10.
Kearnsey, of course, there's the other rule they're cracking down on, is it must be a credible feed, they're calling it. It cannot go anywhere but straight down the centre. Cracking down big time.
You're on the mark.
Yeah, they'll do that for the first few weeks,
Yes.
and then we'll go back to normal.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that relieves some pressure from the Waratahs momentarily. Mialamu with the throw in. To take Flavel. Rush. And the pick and drive from Hughes. Rush again. Ellie Williams.
That's fine.
Turnover.
Tuqiri asked to kick. He found touch.
Probably not his strong point. New South Wales turned 2 over, 3 to the Blues.
15 minutes gone. No real attacking opportunities for the likes of Tuqiri, Rogers or McGoldrick. At the back for the Waratahs. Mialamu to the back and finding the target. His skipper, Xavier Rush. Now they just drive it up over the Waratahs 22.
Have a look at them. They're keen to suck it Waratahs defenders in before they let it wide. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Really one of the strong points of the Blues' history when their rucking mauling game.
Well, they left it behind this time and it's been picked up, but now the counter-attack is on. And Rogers puts it onto the left boot. Howlett gets back there first.
That's not out either.
McRae looking for a runner, finds Tuqiri. Hassanane and Lyons.
Now there's some space.
Sheedy Quick hands, McGoldrick. Dived upon there by Tuqiri. Humphreys into scrum half. Gray straight ahead.
Hold there, White.
Sheedy to War.
Leave it wide.
Just one out stuff at the moment. Sheedy, McRae inside. Lyons got rid of one.
That's it. They need to run it with depth. That's it.
Now it's Dunning.
Leave it wide.
Good continuity by the Waratahs. Will a hole open up for them? There's McGoldrick. A strong runner. Sheedy, not a great pass. Dunning picked it up.
And didn't he do well to grab that?
Asinane.
We're on the 9th phase. They need to crack them open very shortly.
Lyons.
It's a big right foot step.
This Blues defence holding firm. The short side they go. Gray, McRae, Burke thrown into the turf. It's Adam Fryer, Sheedy, McRae, went backwards, fortunately, and Lyons takes it ahead again.
This is 12th phase, and they've got a good line out to the left.
McRae got the ball.
Oh, super
War.
nut.
Great continuity. McRae has a look. Wide they go. Rogers. The tackle had to be made. It's good defence by the Blues. Playing advantage here for the Waratahs. Sheedy, McRae pops it back.
There's a chance.
Hassanane! Oh, he's lost it forward.
13, run away. 13.
After all that, they're playing advantage, so they'll come back for the penalty. What about the continuity of the Waratahs? And pretty good defence by the Blues to hold them out.
17 phases, Clarkie, and then in the final analysis, a couple of the balls, new halfback on, playing his first Super 12 game, Hassanane bundled, but they were waiting for a penalty from Jonathan Kaplan. 17 phases, but Paul Sheedy and at the back of the rucks and mauls, there was a little bit of a communication problem there, and he was throwing the ball behind McRae at times as well. New player there, Paul Sheedy.
Well,
look at this for a ball, Kernsey. You're quite happy with this?
oh, wasn't that super stuff? Duncan McRae. Geez, he's looking big and strong for War this year too, isn't he?
Burke's going to try and narrow the gap, shoot for goal.
Well, they started to get some runners in depth, didn't they? They started off the first 10 minutes, there was nothing, but they started to get deep. They were hitting onto the ball with power.
It was good control too. 17 phases to go that far. They deserve some points. If he misses this, they'll be demoralised.
Burke. He's found the radar. 20th minute, the Blues 10, the Waratahs 3 at Aussie Stadium. Opening match in Australia of Super 12 2003.
Still a good crowd, considering the conditions here tonight. It's been raining all day in Sydney, trying to break this drought.
There's a lot of people here at Sydney at Aussie Stadium you can't even see because they're tucked underneath in bars, etc. There is a bit of rain around, as we say.
Knock back.
Knock back. Hold that ruck.
Sheedy. McRae.
Yeah.
Wanting touch. The crowd were appealing for a late hit penalty, but I think it was okay by Flavel.
Cancel. 55. 56, 18.
Nialamu.
Stay on.
See Ali Williams from the Blues. It's his head sticking up in the headgear.
That was beautiful. The Auckland players punching each other. Flavel belting Keith Hughes.
Big line up out here. And they put it down. So that's good pressure by the Waratahs. They know. Well, this is going to bring a smile to your face, Phil.
You're trying. I can't be on both sides, huh?
Flavel. Oh, there goes.
That's nice.
No, not yet. Crouch and
I think
hold.
Case Mears is saying, what are you hitting me for?
Number 1, I want you to go in with it, huh? Go in with it. Yep.
That's
Crouch.
our first
Too far, too
installment
far.
for
Too
plays
far.
of the week, I think.
Crouch and hold.
Oh,
Engage.
undoubtedly.
Keep it up here. That's fine.
Now Sheedy. Scrum in centre field, inside Blues territory. Rogers up from fullback.
Hold there, Rock.
Sheedy again.
Leave it, both of you. Both of you.
Hassanein. Can't get away from Mills Muleaina. It's play on. The Waratahs just didn't get there, and the Blues just stepped over and said, I'll have it. Simple turnover. Muleaina.
Intentionally not putting that one out. And Doug Hallett chasing.
Rogers onto the right foot.
It's not out either.
The try scorer here. Rokocoko. Cross it goes, and the chance for a counter-attack. IE with a great chip and chase. McGoldrick got back there. Now he's going to have to get himself out of a bit of trouble. Bowman isolated.
Here is trouble.
Picked up. Mialamu on the counter-attack. The Blues. There's a high tackle over
There
there.
could be trouble.
Play on. And now McGoldrick nudges it into touch.
I think it's Justin Collins, is it, Clarkie?
Whoever it is out.
He should have scored. He should have pinned them, I thought.
He comes in again. Right, no more.
The touch judge is on. We'll see if there's a report.
Time out.
Now he's going to the television match official looking for a number, and he'll find it's number 13, Matt Burke, which it's not part of his normal game, but I think it was reflex, and he knew the tackle had to be made.
Oh, he had to make a ball and all.
I think he sort of hit him with his chest. He did go for the ball and all tackle.
I don't think that's what injured him, though, Kearns. It was whoever came in afterwards, whether it was Nathan Gray, perhaps, accidentally clipped him with his knee. Former born in Tasmania, wasn't he, Justin Collins?
There's a couple of them born in Tasmania. Darren Whitcomb on the bench as well.
Just watch, after Burke hits him, oh, maybe that is where he got hurt. It was Adam Fryer, just hit him with his left knee accidentally. Oh, hello.
I didn't see it. He'll take over.
So Matthew Burke, the skipper, in the bin for 10 minutes for a high tackle.
It's a penalty again.
So Phil Wall will take over the captaincy. But you have to go back to a little bit of an experience, I think, from Ryan McGoldrick. He had the opportunity to kick it into touch on the right-hand side. Didn't do so.
Well, it's an interesting tackle, wasn't it? Berkey sort of hit him with the chest rather than a...
I thought his momentum brought him up. A little bit hard done by there, but the television match official made the recommendation. They're a big chance here. Do they pull it down and drive as they have been doing?
Good two-handed take from Flavel. Now they drive. Big line up out to the left.
Snaffle there.
Well done, Matthew Dunning.
And they need to clear, and it's got to be a good one. Back to McRae. Won't find touch. He went back first of all, and then went forward. And I think he got a call from a touch judge.
Oh, I believe that's wrong. It went off him and went backwards and then rolled forward. Did this go backwards? Yes. That's a poor call from the referee.
crowd refereed that very well, I thought.
Yes, exactly. That's what home ground advantage is all about.
Matthew Burke is cooling his heels on the sideline. Quite rare for Matthew to have a yellow card.
I can't remember ever seeing it before.
Scrum.
I know, I've always thought he was one of the world's dirtiest players.
Number one. Number one.
Card player, maybe.
Play on.
Phil Waugh. Isolated at the back. Sheedy. Rogers onto the left foot. Howlett. Great take.
He'd be well placed to go wide here, Doug Howlett. One man down. They're a little bit thin out wide, the Waratahs. Yes, and they do. Oh, dreadful. That's gone forward.
Fortunately, because they had some pace.
Nathan Gray there, I think he was screaming at his men to try and get across. He could see what was happening.
There's an interesting point here. Paul Sheedy about to feed this scrum for the Waratahs. Chris Whittaker's only got 1 minute, and here he comes before the blood bin expires.
Hold there. Right there, strike.
So Sheedy. McRae. Rogers, they're about 10 metres out. If they can get some points here, a man down, that will give them a lot of confidence. Now Big Van Humphries takes it straight ahead.
Foot backwards.
Great hands from Gray.
Last line, leave it blue.
Sheedy. Lines.
Play on backwards.
It's backwards. And now it's Tuqiri. Well, they're running into each other. Now it's McRae. Hands it off. Dunning. Just lacking organisation at the moment.
Ball out.
And the ball is out, and the Blues are going to get the advantage here.
There's no one at the back. This is a foot race virtually.
Rogers coming across. Oh, he's lost it, but somehow managed to kick it into touch. Very good skills from Rogers.
Good vision by the Blues, but great play by Rogers. Have a look. He realised he'd knocked it on, and then just reached out with his left foot. Oh, it was his left foot in the end. Oh, lucky. Gee, Kernsey, I'm happy to see Chris Whittaker come back on. Paul Sheedy, his service. I know it's his first game. Congratulations, but it was atrocious. It was really hamstringing him.
Yeah, he just seemed, well, obviously nervous, but also just lacking a little bit of confidence.
And combo.
Well, as said many a time before, Chris Whittaker and Duncan McRae went to school at Sydney High together, so they've had a combination
Right, let's go.
going for decades.
Okay, yep, here we go. Thanks.
So Whittaker, veteran, 60th Super 12 match tonight for the Waratahs. They need him out there to get a little bit of organisation happening.
Go.
Strange formation by the Blues in their back line.
Ball out.
Valval. It's Braid.
Leave it here, right, blue. Leave it blue. Well done, that's right, that's right. Get out the road.
Mialamu. Devine. Puliaina. Now Howlett. Rokocoko. And McGoldrick rides him into the touch.
Well, they covered that well in the end. It looked like...
Yeah, they slid really well here. Gray had that. McGoldrick called to his man inside. I'm going wide. Rode up a little bit high, but he had Rokocoko covered.
A warning there, I think, for McGoldrick, just going a little too high.
But you've got a guy falling down every time there's a stoppage. And it's happened while that guy's off the field.
Dunning's actually got through quite a bit of work tonight. It's certainly what the selectors have been looking from him, for a high work rate.
Let's go.
The Blues over New South Wales. 28 minutes gone.
Just stay there whites.
Lineouts going the Blues' way, and
Oh, that's a good take.
the Waratahs have got one.
Number 5. Crushing the man in the air. Yes, you 5. On your shoulder, crushing him in the air.
Medalised Ali Williams.
Crushing him in the air. He's still in the air, you're pulling him down by the shoulder.
The manager of the Blues. I'm hearing that there is a television commercial screening in New Zealand with Phil Kearns and Sean Fitzpatrick holding hands. Would you like to elaborate?
I've no idea what you're talking about, Clarkie. You're gibbering as usual.
There'll be a float next thing in a very famous Sydney Street Festival, won't there? Featuring the two of them.
Oh, David Lyons. Let's get back on the important things.
Yeah, Fitzy and Kearnsey. Going at it again.
Oh,
IE.
what a pick up from IE.
Keeping it alive. And Bowman, the only one back there. Big Tommy Bowman.
Oh.
It's loose. It's loose. And now McRae gets back and just nudges it over the touchline.
Going to come back for the knock forward there by Bowman.
Knock on and knock back. First infringement. White ball at scrum.
How good's IE? I reckon when he was playing sevens 3 years ago, he was the best in the world, translating that to 15.
If anyone thought the Blues were going to lack somewhat with the injury to Spencer, well, he has made the most of his opportunities tonight. Tuitupou stepping, losing it forward.
On the chest.
Now it's Phil Ward. Inside the 22, though.
Leave it wide. Hold there,
Matt Burke still in the sin bin. Here's Gray.
Leave it wide. Yep.
McRae.
Oh, what about this?
Kicking over the top for McGoldrick and into touch.
We get the throw into the line out though, Clarkie, the Waratahs. Gee, to start all that, McRae finished it with the chip, but to start all that, he was the one that made the tackle on Tuitupou.
Stay in the line. Get in, please. Get in, please.
44! 44! Let's go!
Still over 2 minutes to go for Matt Burke in
It's
the
okay, it's okay.
sin bin.
Nice little break from Fryer.
Two things. Excellent flip sides. Run into zone man scrum white.
Wish they got rid of that rule, Kearnsey.
Oh, it's frustrating, isn't it?
No, it wasn't. But it was pretty close, huh? Crouch. No ball. No ball. Crouch and hold. Engage. Keep it up, yeah.
Yes,
Keep it up.
Waratahs scrums been pretty strong. You can see the pressure going there. Blues fight back well.
Devine down the short side. Whittaker getting back there and taking the mark.
No influence. Get back 10. You're on it.
Rogers through the hands. McRae. Tuqiri. Got away from Muliaina. Lote Tuqiri having a run. And straight through. Great tackle by Devine, though. It had to be made. Gave the crowd something to cheer about. That's knocked back. Whittaker. Tuqiri. Keen to get his hands on the ball. And now the turnover. Mialamu. Muliaina. They've got speed to burn. Falthau.
How fast is he?
Rapini. Thou Nimbufa in the corner.
No one else in the Super 12 could have scored that try apart from this man. We only saw him. We were spoiled only for one game last year, and then he was robbed from it. Thou. What a try. You impressed by that, Kearnsey? It wasn't on. He had 3 covered defenders. He is the fastest thing going around in Super 12. Made it with plenty to spare in the end, and underneath the lines, the touch judge's legs.
I am struggling to speak. There were 3 blokes there, and I thought they've got him covered for all money. But he just kept going, and Nathan Gray is absolutely no slouch. And I reckon the same thing was going through Grazy's head, thinking, I can't believe how quick this bug is.
Mate, he has been cooling those big hamstrings. What's this one there? We'll get to the bottom of that because there'll be plenty more times where he scores tries. That's his first touch in this game. 33 minutes gone, his first touch, and he scores. I hope you all got your money on him to be the top try scorer in Super 12.
They've been well served by Fijians over the years. Remember Joel Ivandiri in those early years? It's not a bad attempt. Hits the upright though, so he can't have the extras from out wide, i.e. But it's 15 points to 3, so they've managed to get a try while the Waratahs were one man down. The sin bin is over, so Matthew Burke is back out there. And you would think that the message is we need to narrow this gap before half-time.
Yeah, very frustrating for Berkey. Just coming back on the field at the time that try was scored.
It's pretty slippery, isn't it? That's Ellie Williams not able to hold on. I.e.
Lorraine stopped for the time being, but the sweat on the ball also will have a huge influence on it, because it is reasonably humid still out there.
One blue. You can go.
There are other handling errors there. Fairly even.
Please go. They want to substitute.
Let's listen to the
Don't
referee.
you understand? Can you leave the field, please? Right now, just go. Can he hear what I'm saying? He's getting subbed. He's got a knock, okay. Just check on this player, please.
Matt Dunning off. He can be brought back on.
Okay, Mark.
Are they fine? Looking for blood now? Not sure about that one. That's early. He didn't want to go off for Al Baxter, Matt Dunning.
Stand in line.
We heard the referee say that you're being subbed. There's no blood. He won't be back.
Stay on.
Bowman.
So Al Baxter on the field for Dunning.
Oh, how did that come through?
Well, here we go. It's Rush. And it's still there with the Blues. They're full of confidence at the moment. IE, wide they go. Muli Aina just fumbled a bit, allowed Gray to wrap him up.
Advantage!
Now they're kicking through. And inside the 22,
Roll
will
away.
come back.
12 and 9 on the ground.
Just to put everyone in the picture, the tackle, the player making the tackle, they're going to be extremely, that's going to be the first thing I look for, that he rolls away and clears the tackled area. That's going to be their key point to look for first. Nathan Gray allegedly didn't roll away fast enough. Well, the Blues are looking for the try.
Come in.
And why not? They're right on top at the moment.
They look very strong, and look particularly strong at the turnover. They're looking to attack straight away.
Daniel Braid just outside Arini IE as well. Oh,
Advantage!
Woodcock put it down, Coles.
Leave it wide.
Playing advantage!
Rogers. Great skill. Where's the support? Back on the inside, Whittaker needs to stay on the feet. Oh, it's been scooped up
here it
brilliantly.
goes,
Kevin
the turnover.
Mialamu. Now he's lost it. Well, a great run from Rogers. Great skill from Mialamu to scoop it up with one hand.
What about Matt Rogers running? The angles he runs. Have a look at some of this. It's all in the hips. How did he beat that tackler? And then a great ball to Whittaker.
No locks. Crouch and hold. Engage.
Oh, Rogers.
McRae. Gray back into Tuqiri.
Advantage!
He's lost it.
Oh, no.
Just a little flat, really wasn't running onto it. And the defence right up on him as well. IE.
12, taking the man without the ball. Not again, you've given away 2 in succession.
Nathan Gray needs to temper it. Off the ball incident. He's hit Thou without the ball. The angry man's back.
They're just inviting each other over for barbecue, and Nathan said, come on over.
Yeah. What do you want me to bring?
Mialamu. It's been impressive at times tonight, the Blues hooker. And at the back, it's been won by the Blues.
His combo with Ali Williams in the line-out, Mialamu has been outstanding.
Really crucial time. Not long to go in this half. Just need to stay focused.
Divine, i.e. Tuitupou, and Valdau put it down. He needs a good bounce. It's there now for McRae, and away goes McGoldrick. Howlett comes at him. McGoldrick loses it only 1 metre out. Oh, it had a try written all over it, but Dougie Howlett take a bow.
Oh, Duncan McRae wants to go on with it, as do a few others. That is an abattoir. Try absolutely butchered there.
You see anything? Yeah. Leave it. Having a scrum. It's a white ball.
Well, haven't they got some speed out wide, these Blues? Doug Howlett was flying.
No ball. White ball.
Oh, that is get out of jail there for the Blues, though.
Well, I haven't called anything.
That's
Come
the
in,
problem
please.
on a wet night.
And hold. Engage. Keep it up.
15 through the Blues over the Waratahs, approaching half-time. And Divine goes for touch.
Time to launch one last attack, the Waratahs.
First, they've got to win the line out.
The rain starts to come back again.
Just come in. Captain, Vice Captain, come in.
Please, trouble.
Just come out, please. Just come out, please. If they stand away from the line out and march in again, I will free kick you. Okay, I'm not talking again for the rest of the game.
I hope the referee doesn't have to talk again tonight.
That's
Well, that is a nice bloke.
Baxter now. And
Lost
they
it.
turn it over. Well, they win a line out and then they turn it over.
If anyone watching doesn't realise, it is very wet here. Ball being lost it on impact on a number of occasions.
Steve Devine, 2 tests for the All Blacks on their end-of-season European tour.
They go in the middle there, Kearnsey.
No different to any of the others.
I.E. It's on again back here. Tempers flaring.
Maybe it's Flavel and Keys Muse again.
That's all. Thank you. Okay,
They can sort it out in their own dressing room.
Leave it.
Is that Nathan Gray in there?
No.
Pato, Noriega.
Noriega?
Just separate. White away, please. 3 away, please. And away. Shh. Don't talk. Away, please. Just take him away, please. Take him away.
Sure, he promised he wasn't going to talk anymore, didn't he, Kearnsey?
No, not yet, because we're going to sort the foul play. Yep.
One guy led with a head,
Yep.
the other guy threw an uppercut.
Yep. Do you want me to go to the top or you okay?
Just check the numbers, make sure the numbers are quite enough.
Think of your decision. Time out. Greg, would you just get the numbers for me, please?
And this is a new innovation. The TMO, the television match official, now allowed to go upstairs, now allowed to look for the numbers of the offenders here.
Well, aren't the crowd going to be bored to death with waiting for this stuff to go on?
Was that Woodcock leading with the head, and I suppose that means Noriega followed with the uppercut. So, have a look. Is that Woodcock and Noriega? Yeah. They're both leading with the head. It's the hardest part of a prop's body.
Three blue and 1 white. 3 blue, 1 white. Thank you.
So we've got that sorted out.
Oh,
Well, they could have asked us.
Here's the touch
there we
judge.
go.
I'll tell you
Yep,
again,
yep.
3 blue that
Yep.
roughed up with his head, and 1 through the punch.
Okay, and your decision?
Well, you've got to penalise him.
What? Yellows or reds or
Definitely yellows.
both yellow?
Definitely.
3 and 1. 1. 3.
Well, they're going to get the yellow card.
Right, we don't need the captains.
Yeah.
You led with the head, unacceptable. It was a roughing up. You carried on with it, so you're both going.
Well, let's call it truce, mate, knocking on the head.
Yep,
Don't worry about it.
Yep. Well,
We need to give them both yellow cards.
Yep, I have to. I didn't see it. Both of you.
I'm with Matt Burke.
Yeah,
Let's just go to
defensive.
half-time. Everyone will
Defensive.
cool down. Oh, well.
First infringement
Tony
was the
Woodcock.
head. The second one was the punch.
Well, Burke, right on the stroke of half-time, will try and narrow the gap somewhat.
Well, he said that Noriega was the head man.
Yeah, but he said
And he
first
just goes,
infringement was
first
the head.
infringement was
Now
the
listen.
head.
You're not allowed to retaliate,
Oh,
though.
my good.
No, he said
Well.
first infringement was the head, and prior to, that's very convoluted.
Oh, I'm confused.
Well, they're friendly enough now anyway. Tony Woodcock and Patricio Noriega as Matt Burke looks up at the uprights. Brings it round, it's there. So that gives them some more hope as they go to the half-time break. The Blues 15, the Waratahs 6 at half-time. We've had 2 tries to the Blues, the 2 flying Fijian-born wingers, Rokocoko and Thau Nimbutha. So they'll go and have a bit of a breather, cool things down. 15-6, the Blues over the Waratahs. We're back with more in just a moment.
But I feel the need for a
About time
true
we
expert.
made a few changes, I think.
Few changes. I might have a little bit to say about that next
Peter,
week.
look very Australian.
Let's have a real expert, someone that knows about polo. We've got New Zealand polo legend, Cody Forsyth.
Hey!
Okay.
Can we?
One of those awkward moments.
Can we get someone to go and sit up with Eva?
Yep.
Anyone.
Oh, this time it's not straight.
Choice. Let's get the prop on. Let's get the prop on.
Because we have 2 props in the sin bin, it means that 2 props can come on for this scrum, but they will have to.
Well, Matt Dunning's actually walking around at the far end of the field.
Well, he's not paying attention because there's a Tom Bowman looking to go off, but Dunning now coming between the uprights.
Is he injured or not?
So here's
doctor
Dunning
wants to
here.
have a
He
look
was
at him?
walking back to the dressing room.
It's time, come out. Just come out, please. Just come out. Just come out, please. Just
Well,
come
you're
out,
always
please.
going to get this when you've got front rowers props in the sin bin.
Just take time.
Yeah, duty of care to check his cheek. Right. I can let Reid here. He's saying, I'm right.
Sharon Flyhive, the doctor there. Matt trying to comprehend what Matt Dunning's saying to her.
Break up. Break up. One of you off.
They've got to lose a player. The Waratahs, there he goes now, Omar Hassanay.
And hold. Engage.
The 2 number 6s are off.
Wait there.
Tuqiri. That's the halfway. Tom Bowman. There for Whittaker. McRae. He's trying to turn them around. And into touch it goes. Inside the Blues. 22.
Well, he was left with a little alternative there, Duncan McRae. Things seemed a little disorganised. He had players running around behind him.
important throw here for Mialamu. He goes to Williams and finds him.
Hold there, hold!
I.E. Tuitupou straight through. Poor defence by the Waratahs and Whittaker back there. No surprise about that. Whittaker in cover defence doing the job again.
Daniel Braid, the open side flanker for the Blues, did so well.
And now there's nobody at the back, and Ryan McGoldrick is racing back. Mills Moliana! Oh, let off there.
There has to be a couple of knock forwards. Which one was first?
Advantage.
McGoldrick's knock forward.
Well, Ryan McGoldrick on debut and really learning the hard way.
How powerful is this man? Have a look at him, and pace Tuitupou. Oh, what a good step he put on late there on Rogers to delay. Braid was there straight away, won the ball. Divine defeat the scrum in jersey 22.
And the Blues switch of play. IE and now Howlett. Tuqiri, great tackle, but it's still there. Case Muse. Only 7 or 8 metres out. Mialamu. Well, fortunately, that wet, slippery ball. Fortunately for the Waratahs, because the Blues were just ready to ram home the advantage.
Come in, please. Come in. That's it.
Well, the Waratahs have been able to save themselves and they've got themselves in a bit of trouble.
Engage.
Certainly shouldn't be position they're in.
Use it.
Real problems. It's not happening for the Waratahs. They're under all sorts of pressure out there. And now Phil Waugh trying to hold on grimly.
Penalty.
On the side.
Yeah.
First
From the side and diving in. From the side and diving in.
Yeah, it was the right decision.
First the knock forward, then in from the side. Knock.
On the try line.
What does Xavier Rush do? Take the three?
Well, you have to take the three.
You can't come diving in, and you came from the side. From the side as well.
I've got to say on a wet night, this was not the pass to be thrown. Dummy runner there in grey. McRae going wide. It's a tough call to make, especially with IE putting incredible pressure on. It was IE as well as Tuitupou. So, tough ball to play, whoever called that.
I didn't get a chance to speak to you because I wanted to speed the game up. I just blooded the whistle again. That instant over there, you will have
IE from in front. Flags are up.
in the first half.
First points in the second half to the Blues in 18 points to 6 now. You're a bit quiet, Phil Kearns.
No, they just looked a little scatty, the Waratahs, at times. You know, a couple of those handling errors, their handling errors are costing them much more than what the Blues handling errors are costing.
Yeah, that was a shocking place to make an error, especially early on.
Burke. Flavel now. This is Muse. It was out, so it's play on. Good work by David Lyons there. Whittaker. McRae.
Oh, it's on.
McRae. Burke straight ahead. Waugh. Rogers, nowhere to go. That's the 22. McRae. Turnover, and now Howlett with a chance to counter-attack.
Oh.
Great work, Dougie Howlett. I.E. nobody at the back. Rogers running back into his own 22. No chasers, so he's got plenty of time. That's a good nudge.
Well, Tuqiri, and I think it was Van Humphreys, it was certainly one of the taller Waratah men, had a head clash. Van Humphreys, I think it might have been.
On debut, Lote Tuqiri, and really just hasn't had any clear ball. Punch it up centre field. The Blues. Williams. Good pick and drive, Flavel. It's laying it back for Devine, and now Howlett. And across it goes to Muliaina. Ducking under swinging arms. Big line up out to the left. But they've turned it over. Oh, Burke just scooping it back. He heard a call.
There is a advantage being played.
And second movement, 13. 2. You're on the ground. Play the second time, 13.
One of the Blues players is out in centre field. Has not moved. Now he does. Maybe Ali Williams, their second rower, I think.
Time.
Stop the clock at 7:27. Still plenty of time in the match, but just the Blues cruising at the moment.
Plenty of enthusiasm from both sides. I mean, these teams are both teams that have felt that over the last few years they could have done much better, and the enthusiasm they got is fantastic, and probably one of the reasons for some of their mistakes as well. Nathan Gray's certainly a man that doesn't lack enthusiasm.
Williams is back on his feet.
Stay in your line. 17 in your line. Get in, please get in. I don't want to talk.
Adam Fryer. Fryer did well. They lost the line out, the Waratahs, but Fryer was quick enough to get there on the loose ball, and now they turn it over. Early.
Diving in and playing. You're playing it. Yes, okay. You've got it all away. All right, I'll watch it.
You're all like me on that.
Okay.
Another bad liner from the Waratahs. There's nothing wrong with the throw, but the jumpers just didn't react.
Thank goodness
Gariella.
for the Waratahs. It was a pretty wild slap by Troy Flavel, which ended up in this penalty.
Now, as Gariella said at half-time, that reaction time's been crucial.
Let him come down. Let him come down. Let him come down. That's all right. Clean take.
Whittaker, McRae calling the runners. Here's McGoldrick. Out it goes to Tuqiri. Great tackle, Howlett. Still there, though. Now it's Rogers throwing the dummy. They don't fall for it.
Well, Daniel Braid from the Blues latched onto that one. Waratahs have got it.
Now it's Bowman, straight ahead. Ran into Manu, but he was turned awkwardly.
What a tackle.
Turned him beautifully.
Who made that tackle on Bowman?
He facing the wrong way. Scrum white.
The body height.
Couldn't have been Thou, could it? Thou, it was. Pinned him at the winger. Thou has pinned Tom Bowman the wrong way. There's a man on his knees there for the Blues doing a lot of work on the ground.
Oh, get up now.
Let's break up. Can you wait till I'm ready for it, please?
Jonathan Kaplan not getting the back up. Woodcock back on. Noriega back on.
You can go. Just tell him, please.
So it's 15 on 15.
Just hang on, just hang on. The guy, just hang on. Just get him off, please. He doesn't know where he is.
Tyler out.
Crouch and hold. Just wait for my call, please. Crouch and hold. Here you go. Wait, jab. Wait there for 7. Shoulder. Shoulder 7.
Blues inside their own 22. Flavel. Devine. Great tackle, Lyons. He sensed it was coming.
Some classic defence there by number 8, David Lyons. Well worked. I think they were trying to pin Thou onto Lyons. He had the answers.
Blues contesting the line out. Slapping it down back into the arms of Adam Fryer. Now it's Burke. Well tackled by Rocco. Whittaker looking for runners, finding David Lyons. Whittaker. Gray left it behind. Picked up by War. Hit solidly by Ellie Williams. Whittaker.
Here.
Lyons running into Justin Collins. Whittaker, McRae, Hassanein. Right they go. McRae inside. Rogers left it behind. Tuitupou to Williams.
Hasn't he got some
This
ball
is where the
tonight?
Blues are dangerous, out here on their right. They're going left, though.
Muliaina chased by Burke, and now the speedster. Thou! Back on the inside, Howlett. Back over the top. Thou on Tuqiri. They won't catch Rapini. Thou Nimbutha from one end of the field to the other. Howlett and Rapini just playing aerial ping pong.
Well, you're calling it. Phil Kearns and I are shaking our head at his pure pace. They now have woken up to the fact that they've got to get it to him. Mills Muliaina went all that way. Have a look at McGoldrick. I think that might be the last time you see him in jersey 11. Why did he worry about throwing it? He should have taken him on, but have a look at this. He's pitted himself at Tuqiri and made him look silly over 10 metres.
Well, it's a 7. These blokes play 7s together, don't they? This is unbelievable.
Howlett was last year's best winger in the world. Now we're having a look at, I think, the man who will be this year's. The rest of them are dinosaurs, and he's got a different symbol for every one. What was that one?
Well, maybe I think they were wings and he was just flying, because that's what he was just doing out there.
Oh, my goodness.
And IE trying to add the extras. That's an impressive scoreline for the Blues. It will stay at 23 points to 6. 53rd minute. And real problems now for the Waratahs. But the Blues came here full of confidence after their pre-season form. And they've shown those who believe they are dead set certainties for the semi-finals that they've got what it takes. They've certainly got the finishing power. And you called it, Marto, so dangerous from broken play when you've got not only the two flyers on the wing, but Howlett at the back and Muliaina, Tuitupou. To think that Carlos Spencer's not out there.
And it came from a turnover again, didn't it?
Yeah, that's
They looked
true.
on the inside, went for the inside ball to Rogers, and if that ball had stuck, maybe it was try time for the Waratahs.
Change for the Waratahs here. Omar Hassanein coming off and Rocky Elsom on for his Super 12 debut.
Is 20 years of age, number 19. Rocky Elsom, product of the Nudgee College in Brisbane. Well, they've won it. Oh, just knocked forward. What do you think about Tuqiri in a blue jumper? So many people in rugby league used to seeing him in
Yeah, for
red of
those not
Queensland.
aware, he's former Queensland rugby league player. Doesn't bother me, but geez, paling into insignificance against Thou this evening.
Wait there, 7, shoulder.
Well, he's been pretty strong, I think, Tuqiri, and the opportunity he's had, he's done some good things.
There's a fresh
Certainly
man on
sees
there.
hands.
Fresh man on there for the Blues, and it's Ron Cribb.
Well, there was a nice boot on Chris Whittaker's head there. That might go to the TMO or whoever they use these days.
Rogers. Into touch.
Kearnsy, have a look at this. Rucks and Mauls, New South Wales Waratahs against the Blues. The Waratahs dominating possession. Have a look, time in opposition 22, 6 minutes to just under 5. You'd think by that notion that the Waratahs are winning this fixture. And that's an indication that the outside players are scoring easy and sudden tries.
That's right, and also an indication that probably the Blues are a little better disciplined this year than what they have been in the past, because they were known to give away a lot of penalties.
Picked up by Cribb.
All the way, 7!
Devine, IE, Tuitupou, got away from Gray, won't get away from Elsom, but they're hot on attack again. 10 metres out. The skipper, Rush, and now Devine, IE, stepping, trying to find a hole. Does well. Arini IE. Eventually it was McGoldrick that brought him to ground. Now Cribb, he's only been on there for a matter of seconds. Just couldn't ground the ball, and Lyons comes away with it.
Leave it wide! White! Hold!
But the Waratahs not out of jail yet. Whitaker back to McRae in position. Got the kick away.
Not out.
White 2.
They'll come back for a penalty.
Offsides 2. White.
Does Tuitupou
Just-
not break a
Does
tackle?
not.
Every time he's got the ball, he's broken a tackle.
Oh, they're away here. They are having a go. Here's Lote Tuqiri with some space.
Oh, and he's drilled it.
That
What
is a beauty.
super nudge.
You'd love to see him with a real opportunity, Lote Tuqiri. He's had players in front of him at all stages.
Well, I think he'd love to have the sort of ball that Dao and Roko and Muliaina and Howlett have been getting.
Wouldn't he?
Number 4, is he gone? He's gone.
It's happy hour now. Players coming on and off.
Okay. Just hold, hold. Just hold. I haven't got the time on. Let him take a position. Play on.
Rush.
Leave it blue. Hold there, hold. All out.
Devine goes to the air. Tuqiri underneath it, takes it well. Cross to Rogers. Now they'll try and counter-attack, but the defence is too good. Braid is there. Great tackle, Daniel Braid. But quick ball for the Waratahs, and Gray can't hold on. Muliaina gives it back to Braid.
Oh, here's trouble. Out wide.
There they go again. Ali Williams. Oh, that time just trying to be a little too cute, I think. Is it play on? It is an IE on Rogers. Rogers grounds it. Well, did he ground it?
Oh, I'm sure there was downward pressure there by Matt Rogers. Had to be.
Check for me. Running the ball. It's a try.
Well, that ball must be slippery because on a few occasions we've seen it pop out.
Well, he's taken that over the line.
Yeah, we just want to see it through.
He has grounded it.
22.
He has grounded it, but did he take it over the line and a 5-metre scrum to ensue? He's touched
Yeah, we're
it.
checking on
there.
whether it's a try or
Yes.
not.
5-metre
So either the
scrum,
grounding or the-
Blues feed.
Or the dot down when it was taken over at 22.
But if it was on the white chalk,
No, he'd already touched it there. There's downward pressure there. Downward pressure has been achieved. 5-metre scrum, the Blues. It may have looked clumsy, but he got there in the end, there's no doubt.
this is the angle he wants to look at, and there it is there, downward pressure.
That's downward pressure. It's just troubling. If they ask this many times, it means they are still considering it. Doug Howlett would love to get on the board to follow his two wingers. Television match officials certainly having a good peek at it. He may be well peeking over whether he took it over the line.
It's hard to tell if he touched it.
Downward pressure there.
Well, there's pressure there.
Yeah. He almost buried that 3 foot under. Righto. Let's move on with it.
Jonathan Kaplan should come up to the commentary team.
Well, he's had time to walk up.
After being approved by Turkey's parliament. But the
Over.
Well, he's given him the benefit of the doubt.
Gee, Willikers.
Oh, gee, Willikers, all right.
So Burke.
Just that behind him.
Gives it to Mayer. Knock back, and now it's there for
Rocky Elsom. Good pickup.
Yeah, very good work there.
McRae. Now someone in this Waratah outfit got something to try and lift the side out of the doldrums. It's the skipper. And now Rogers. He's threw it back on the inside to Tuitupou, and this could be dangerous, although he has lost it. Noriega is there. So we start again. The Waratahs. Gray, wide they go. Burke having a dig. Matthew Burke taken by Devine.
Rogers is down and hasn't moved for a while.
Fryer. Solid defence out there by the Blues. Yeah, standing their ground. McRae. 18 is Jono West.
Quality defence from the Blues.
Elsom losing it forward. Just taking his eye off the ball there a bit. That's not happening for the Waratahs, and they are being hammered left, right and centre.
And that's who was hammered, Matt Rogers. Just after he let go of the ball, you watched Tuitupou. Oh, he's not well.
You've got to ask where the touch
You watch him
is.
get hammered here, where Burke made the bust, then turned it inside. Rogers switched to the inside there. Great running. Gee, he knows his lines. After he unloads this he just got hammered over the top. So it didn't look like much, but must have been the way he hit the ground. So it's thou. Of course the crowd booing. They want him thou off the field.
Well, certainly intent there, but it was hard to see whether he really made a...
Well, he must have. He's pretty crook.
He's got blood. Strong there.
Almost looked like he missed him. I think it's his head hitting the ground. The swinging arm didn't seem to hit him.
Yep, there is blood.
Not sure. Yeah, if Matt Burke's was high, that one certainly was too.
Rogers coming to the blood bin, so it'll be Milton Friday on debut. Spotted playing rugby league in New South Wales country by the assistant coach of the Waratahs, Gary Ellis. So
he's 10 million mile offside.
I'll confirm he was slightly offside.
Play on it is. And Tuqiri. Lions. Forwards need to measure up now for the Waratahs. McRae. Bowman, it's just juggle-a-thon out there.
Just rushing so many things.
Now it's been a while since their last win here at Aussie Stadium, but the contrast between tonight and some of their great wins in 2002.
Gee, there's been some errors. Here's a few examples of errors now. There's McGoldrick. It is wet, but gee, they've made some handling errors, the Waratahs. The Blues are ready to attack on this right-hand side. That doesn't mean that's where it'll be coming.
Crouch and hold.
Thou on his own on the left.
Here you go. That's right. Stay down, stay down.
Devine. I.E. Tuitupou. He's lost it.
You put the mocker on him, Phil Kearns. He's had a shocker since he called him the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Thank God I did that too.
Yep.
23 points to 6. The Blues over New South Wales halfway through the second half. And missed tackles. Look at that, New South Wales falling off 10 more than the Blues, but you feel the Blues, they mean business.
Yeah, they do. They've been very aggressive in their defence and been very aggressive in their running with the ball. And And that, I think, well, you saw the tackle that shows the tackle count. 24 of his tackles in the Waratahs. Bob Dwyer would be filthy.
I've just got to find out if he can scrum.
Their intensity of the Blues has been very good. So we see Brendan Cannon coming on the field.
Scrum?
Not contested scrum.
Non-contested, you can't play? Right, non-contested scrums, they've got 2 props injured. Okay, 2 props injured.
Brendan Cannon, tight head prop.
Don't talk, okay? Just square and steady, uncontested.
There'll be no power. There's Dunning is injured.
Square and steady. Crouch and
Noriega
hold.
is injured. There's no Rod Moore.
Engage.
He will go to South Africa with the 26-man squad, but not required tonight. So uncontested scrums, double round and almost coming off. And McGoldrick looking to run through the hole, but went straight into an opposite number. IE.
Oh no, here comes Thou.
The ball will beat everybody though. Well, the Waratahs backs there trying something, but it's not paying off as yet.
This man close. That was a knock on from the Waratahs. I thought the Blues player that was there may have been the knocker on it.
Fryer. Straight to Tom Bowman. Here's Baxter. No, it's not at 17. Yeah, that's Al Baxter.
Drop the ball.
They're just edging offside on that occasion. The Blues from Auckland. North Harbour and Northland as well.
Well, if they're going to launch a comeback, they've got a quarter of football to do it, less than 19 minutes. They're going to have to start now because they need to score 3. Have a look at the Mucks and Mauls. They've had the possession. Now they need to put something together.
The best line out of the night.
Gray. McRae. This is Thaiday. So slippery. Milton Thaiday. Kicking back on the inside. Howlett is there. He carries it across. Now, look out for a possible counterattack. Mialamu.
Forward ball.
Crib.
Gee, certainly looked forward that pass. Great work from Doug Howlett though, and trouble.
IE. This is Rocco. Delivers good ball back. And Russ charging onto it.
Could be a turnover here. No.
IE.
No chasers.
Nathan Gray getting back there. It's into touch.
What about that for 2 minutes of rugby? It doesn't get much better. Thaiday slicing them, making his way within 4 metres of the line. Howlett brings it back. Ends up down here. Thaiday, there was nothing on. He was one man. Have a look at this. There was nothing on. He had 4 defenders outside him with no other attackers. What a good mover.
It's a great angle that he took on the inside there. Nice little step.
That's a beautiful kick too. Thwarted by Howlett, who then set up the great counter-attack when he came off his right here.
Nathan Gray, of course, first game back after a long absence because of a knee reconstruction. He's been given a breather.
Morgan Tirinui.
Not his... One out. Not his best night either, Nathan Gray.
Well, I don't think too many of them can put their hand up and say, I've had a good night. That's if you're a Waratah. Just hasn't happened for them. They head off tomorrow morning to South Africa for 2 matches. They're in possession, and then they use their hands.
Hands in.
Xavier Rush could shoot for 3.
Well, they're 3 tries. They need 1 more for the bonus point, but they are going to take the point. Well, it's been, you know what it has been, Kenzie, is a convincing performance in defence by the Blues. They've managed to snuff out, well, apart from that run by Thaiday, everything that the Waratahs are throwing at them. and with tremendous force and vigour. They've never been able to get a run on.
Matt Rogers on the sideline. He's in the blood bin. Will he return?
Well, they need him on the field to spark something into this attack.
Aye. It's there. 26 points to 6. The Blues over the Waratahs. 15 minutes remaining. It'll be the longest 15 minutes of the year for some of these Waratahs. Dunning and Rogers, nothing to smile about there. Dunning injured, Rogers injured. Next week, it's New South Wales up against the Cats in Bloemfontein. The Blues head to Hamilton to take on the Chiefs. There's Brendan Kennan now. Well, they've got to have a dig, the Waratahs. They have to keep trying just to try and salvage something out of this before they head to the Republic, and there's a knock on. They're tired.
That's a breakdown of basic skill there. I think it was Tom Bowman. It may have been Jono West.
Bowman, I think.
It was Tom Bowman. It was just simply not getting down low. It was bending from the hips to the knees.
Yeah, rest of the game.
That's what happens.
Let's go. No hooking. Just stay down, stay down.
Uncontested. Ron Cribb picks it up.
Melton Friday just trying to attack that ball.
That is sloppy. That is really sloppy.
Well, it's a wet night. You know the ball's slippery.
Yeah, you
Let's
don't go
secure
in
it
one-handed.
first.
12. 12. 12. Let's go. Yeah, just go in. Keep your head down, please.
Have a look at this. There's IE. He's come in late for their major player, Carlos Spencer. Look at that. 13 kicks, 16 passes, 4 runs, and plenty of conversions.
And there's still plenty of time for the Blues to search out this 4th try and a bonus point in week 1 of the Super 12.
Hands in. 7.
Hands again. Yeah, they're desperate at the moment, the Waratahs.
Not again. I'm going to the cards next time.
Phil Waugh getting the big
Give the
threat.
message across to the whole team. Hands in a truck. The cards next time.
Well, Phil Waugh's a tackler there.
He's on his feet
He's
still
on
there.
his feet still. Yeah, ruck's formed, can't do it.
No, I've already gone. Yep, pulse.
Huge frustration for the Waratahs.
Frustration for their crowd too, Kearnsey.
They were speaking about possible sellout crowd here, or the biggest crowd for week 1 of the Super 12 at least, but the rain probably put a dampener on those hopes. But still, over 27,000 turned out tonight, braving the weather. But they've seen a one-sided competition, really. The Blues mean business in 2003. They've had this stranglehold over the Waratahs since the start of Super 12. That's away, so it's still 26 points to 6.
2 converted tries, the Waratahs, they can pick up the bonus point. Keep the Blues scoreless, pick up 2 converted tries. They get a bonus point for finishing within 7.
Burke. McGoldrick. And into touch. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, that defence has been very good. He did well, Ryan McGoldrick, then, but the defence has been superb. Totally outweighed there. Keith Muse taking him out.
Number 1.
Jono West offloading to McGoldrick.
Scott Staniforth's got to come back into reckoning after tonight.
Let's play. Play. And
Xavier
away,
Rush.
play. And away.
David Lyons. Elsom. McRae, cut out pass. Burke and Tuqiri. Again, they're up on him. Whittaker. McRae stepping. Can't get past Mika. Whittaker's there. There's Humphreys. That's the halfway. They're just so well organised on defence. The Blues. McRae, short ball, great tackle. That time it was Rocco. Cannon. Manu, the tackler. Whittaker now. Tirinui, big strapping young centre.
Well, this has been the Waratahs' best phase so far.
Burke allowed to play on there. Almost an obstruction. Whittaker. McRae. Elsom losing it, and Manu has it.
And dropped it.
Knock on and knock back on the ground.
That's a familiar tale from tonight. Plenty of phases and then coughing up with a mistake late.
So take him off, that's fine. That's all right, take him off.
The Blues defence has been absolutely awesome this evening.
22.
Elsom, Super 12 debut. Shoulder into your ribs and let go of it.
9 phases on that occasion and still
Just called 22, we're going to replace him for
penetrate.
blood. Here's the blood replacement for your original 15. Just on to swap.
Rogers allowed to come back on, just in the nick of time from the blood bin.
He's the only player that's really looked dangerous for the Waratahs. McGoldrick going off. Looks like Thaiday will go to this left wing. McGoldrick obviously a centre despite what his trial form suggested.
Yeah, well, it's been a tough initiation for the young man in his debut.
Let me just, hang on. Yeah, you had possession, you knocked it on, they knocked it on back.
Geez, there's been some long stoppages in this game, hasn't it?
Engage. Just hold there. Yeah, it's all right, it's all right.
Steve Devine gets a break as well. So David Gibson is on there at scrum half. Gibson with the kick and...
Oh, super nudge.
Gee, your first thing you do on the field, that's it. It's a big act to follow for Dave Gibson, the halfback replacement for the Blues.
It's a pity about these scrums because the Waratah scrum was pretty solid tonight. Certainly attacked the Blues.
Makes it a lot easier for the Blues to defend when their back row doesn't have to push in the scrums.
Well, they've lost another one, the Waratahs. And there's an attack on out wide, Muliaina. "30 metres out the Blues, it comes loose.
Here's a chance.
And to the left, they kick straight ahead. Williams has knocked it on for them.
They've got a reprieve.
And here is Cannon. And now Whittaker. West, Rogers.
Still playing advantage.
Cannon. They'll come back. He was playing advantage.
They've got to play on quickly. No, they're going to go for the sideline.
Well, it's now or never if they want to try and salvage 1 point, a bonus point for finishing at least less than 7 behind.
Big hit from Daniel Braid there on Brendan Cannon.
For their own sake, the Waratahs, to head into the next few weeks with any confidence, need to score in these last 8 minutes.
Whittaker, McRae, who's got something left? Tuqiri, Lote Tuqiri, Rogers turning back on the inside, still going. Penalty.
One of his youth tattoos must have been a target on his head.
26. Who's 26?
This is Lee.
26.
Rico Gear. Rico Gear being called out, the replacement centre.
26. Get it. That's now the second time that your team's done it. Let's keep the tackles low. No more warnings, nothing.
Did Matt Burke get a warning?
Matt Burke did not get a warning.
Can't remember it.
There's Gear there.
Well, that wasn't high, so fair enough.
Got some hold.
That was below the throw.
Stay down the flank. Stay down, stay down, stay down. Ball out.
Waratahs on attack. There it is for Morgan Tirinui! Try at long last for the Waratahs. 21 years of age on debut. Morgan Tirinui. 26 points to 11. 73rd minute.
One of the schoolboy stars 2 years ago, Tirinui. This is a Duncan McRae special. The dummy to throw the long ball and just slip it out there. It did go backwards, it is legal, and Tirinui, at just a tick over 100 kilograms for a young man, he is full of power and skill. Try in your first Super 12 game. Well done, son.
I think that may be his first touch.
Pretty close to it.
It was converted by Matthew Burke from right in front.
Well, and such a simple move. Does that say something?
I think so.
Okay. Into touch in goal.
Well left.
Yeah.
I don't think it was intentional, but if it wasn't,
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
No contest.
No, just hold there.
No, the Waratahs are coming back here. I'm absolutely positive. Centre field scrum, great attacking position.
Stay down, stay down. Ball out.
Whittaker. Rogers. It's McRae and David Lyons. Mano holds on. Whittaker again. McRae, inside ball. Bowman. There's a hand there.
Fryer restarts it quickly.
Picks up a good 10, 15 metres. Gets the momentum going forward. Now it's McRae. Inside he goes. He needs to at least. Picked up by Burke. Great pick up by the captain. The crowd starting to roar. McRae! Duncan McRae, 2 tries in a couple of minutes. It's been a long time coming. 26 points to 18. The Blues had better be careful. They don't take the foot off the gas here.
Well, some quick turnover ball was the key.
They finally recycled it quickly, Kearnsey, and that goal brought them onto the front foot. Duncan McRae diving low under Xavier Rush's tackle. McRae started it nicely down the blind side, though.
Yeah, Fryer took the quick tap. That had Auckland on the back foot straight away. The Blues on the back foot. Quick ball left. Wasn't Mac Burke good, too, to get it into that position?
I know the Blues have gone to sleep a little bit, but the Waratahs have just lifted it in the last couple of minutes. They needed to, and I'll tell you what else they need. They need this kick to go over and their big chance to win. There's still plenty of time left. 5 minutes is an absolute eternity in rugby. They've got to score twice if he misses this. This is vital from Matt Burke.
Burke, not a bad nudge, but it's not going to come around for him. So it's 26 points to 18.
But Clarkie's still time to score twice. Plenty. A game that was looking likely to fizzle out with the dominance by the Blues has been arced up in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Important for the Waratahs to get something out of the match before they head off to play in South Africa over the next 2 weekends. Will we see the Blues lift again now? Tuqiri. He'd have to be a go-to man, wouldn't he, Lote Tuqiri?
He and Matt Rogers, if you're going to win this. And there's Rogers now.
And Burke. Howlett had time to try and spot a gap. Oh!
You don't often see that.
Oh, I think he can put that down to a bit of fatigue, I think.
He's worked hard, the captain. Had 10 minutes in the sin bin. How many tests did he play at fullback for Australia? Probably 50, 55. Stretching the strings.
Well, this is a situation. The Blues need another try to pick up a bonus point for 4 tries. And the Waratahs need some points to try and pick up a bonus point for finishing 7 or less. And again, if they do score a converted try, they're still in with the show of winning the game. Anything can happen. Stensness. The Blues, what can they do with it? They lose it forward. And now it's Cannon.
Where is this enthusiasm buried earlier in the game by the Waratahs?
It's taken them a while to get going.
It was out. We're going to play the scrum for the original knock.
He was playing advantage, so we'll have the scrum with the Waratahs put in. They need someone to do it. A length of the field effort. The Blues.
Crouch and hold. Engage.
They've defended grimly all night, the Blues, so...
Wait there, stay down, shoulder, shoulder,
have
shoulder.
they got enough petrol in the tank? They hold them out. Rogers with the chip and the chase. Rokocoko can't hold on. There's Phil Ward. Bowman. Taken by Braid. Now it's Tirinui. Great tackle, Mialamu. His opposite number. Fryer did well to get there.
Wrong side, and holding over.
Quick tap taken. Here's Ward, the vice-captain. Well picked up, McRae. Back on the inside. Whittaker read it pretty well, and now it's gone forward. Knocked back, no, it's play on.
Leave it there, leave it there, White, White.
Oops. Whoops. The chase is on. Gibson. Try.
Bonus point.
Bonus point. That's the ball game. The Waratahs, they were the ones who just ran out of gas. And David Gibson kicked ahead, had too much pace for them. 31 points to 18. They go home, the Blues, with 5 points in the bank after the first week of Super 12 rugby.
Well, the moment that ties up the bonus points sums up the game. Loose handling error by the Waratahs, fully punished by the replacement halfback Dave Gibson for the Blues. Congratulated there by Rocco. He didn't need him, he just towed the ball through, had too much pace because the Waratahs were on the attack. The Blues have the first bonus point of the 2003 Super 12.
Still the conversion to come. Change of kicker. It's Mills Mulimaina. The final act. He's missed it. It doesn't matter though. It is full time at Aussie Stadium, and the Blues have opened their 2003 campaign with a good win. 31 points to 18 over the Waratahs. They've scored 4 tries to 2. 2 tries apiece in the second half, Mardo, but well, you've got to give the Waratahs some credit for putting some points on the board, but thoroughly deserved win by the Blues.
The only credit you can give them is for not giving up and controlling possession for about 8 minutes. That's all it was. With about 12 minutes to go, they only dominated play, I reckon, for 8 minutes. And apart from that, it was the Blues, and it was all about their defence, smashing them in these conditions, created handling errors. That was the problem. Back to basics, I would say, for the Waratahs.
Okay, well, let's get some reaction now, and we'll go down to Phil Kearns.
Yeah, Berkey, tough night, pretty slippery, but the handling errors were the story of the game.
Yeah, disappointing, Phil. That was exactly it. I mean, we got to maybe 2 phases, not often, and then unfortunately we spilled the pill, and then the scrums were uncontested. So I mean, that's a good platform to work off for those guys.
The defence from the Blues was pretty good.
Yeah, that was obviously the most difficult thing for us. You know, if we ran sideways, they knocked us off, and they put on some pretty heavy shots. And you know, they played well in these conditions. Perhaps they're used to it over in New Zealand, I don't know. But it was tough tonight. But we've got to go to South Africa now and pick our game up.
A little disappointing for the crowd, but still they turned out particularly well, 27,000.
Yeah, it's a great effort, isn't it? It was a good day for Ducks today. So thank you everyone for coming out and supporting.
Thanks, Berkey. Xavier over here. Congratulations, mate. Very good win.
Yeah, thank you, Phil.
So, pretty tough defence. Is that anything you've been working on?
Yeah, we've worked hard on our defence over the last few months, carrying on for the NPC also. Yeah, it's a big thing in our team. We've got a lot of pride in our defence.
Very young side as well, and some pretty quick blokes out wide.
Yeah, we've got experience in key positions in this team, and a lot of good young guys coming through. I think there's a good mixture in the team.
And as captain first year, you must be pretty happy with that performance.
Yeah, very happy to get one over here. I think last year they went unbeaten here, so we knew it would be tough. The conditions probably didn't help either side. A lot of mistakes. Both teams can look at the video and work on a lot, I think.
Congratulations, Xavier. Well done.
Thank you.
5 points to the Blues, and we'll take a short break. They've won it by 31 points to 18. When we come back, we will wrap it all up at Aussie Stadium. Stay with us. Gibson keeping it on the toe. That was the 4th try. That was the bonus point. That was the victory. He was happy, and the fans back across the Tasman will be pretty happy as well. The Blues, they mean business, Marto, and they got there by 31 points to 18, scoring 4 tries to 2. A late rally by the Waratahs, but they just couldn't go on with it. Plenty of points off the boot from IE. And, well, the Waratahs got some work, but the Blues off to a great start.
Yeah, even while we watch the two teams line up at the start doing their warm-up, watch their strange defensive pattern. They play a stagger where each player a little bit further behind us. Not a straight line defence going up at them. And, geez, it was effective tonight because that was the main feature of their game, the pressure they put on the Waratahs with their defence.
And on attack, the feature was Rapini Valdau. He scored a couple electrifying speed, and, you know, they've got options. Malaina out to this man here, Valdau, and you'll see Howlett playing at fullback. I think he's enjoying the roaming role.
Well, they didn't know whether they were going to play in there, but you can't move them. They have got the best back three. We said that before the game, and the game confirmed that. Howlett didn't hardly touch the ball, but this man here, if anyone didn't know about him before this game, well, it's no surprise now. You cannot turn the ball over or kick it at the Blues. They are a sensation. They'll score a lot of easy tries this year through him. They also scored one on the other wing through Rocco. So they are the most dangerous team in the Super 12 out wide.
So we've had 2 matches so far, and a win to the Highlanders earlier on. They beat the Chiefs by 29 points to 16. The Blues too good for the Waratahs, 31 points to 18. Still to come on Fox Sports in the early hours of tomorrow morning. Remember, all these times are Eastern Summer Time. The Cats and the Bulls at 2 a.m, followed by the Stormers and the Sharks. Then in the afternoon, it's the Crusaders up against the Hurricanes. First match in a big doubleheader on Fox Sports, and the big one there, Marto, the Reds and the Brumbies, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Summer Time. Well, one Australian team will probably win that one.
Yeah, that's right. We'll get one win for the weekend at least.
Thank you for your time. My thanks also to Phil Kearns. Thank you for joining us as well. Our season of Super 12 Rugby is underway. I'm Greg Clark, and it's good night from Sydney.